Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome to a new series. Am I right in saying that everybody at some point has set up a survival base inside of a Minecraft village? I know I have. I know, like, for the first, I don't know, 7 to 10 playthroughs in survival, I always wanted to find a village and set up base there. It made me feel safe for some reason. It just had a load of facilities, a load of structures that I could build upon and change and alter. And then very quickly, I found out that it didn't really function that well as a base. Well, what we're going to do in this series is I'm challenging myself to make this village function as a sprawling base for a survival world. And if you guys want to build along at home, then you're more than welcome to. Maybe even send some ideas through Twitter or in the comments section and show me your designs. We're going to start off with the blacksmith today, and I'm going to be turning the blacksmith into a ore processing area, a smelting zone, somewhere where you can keep your ores, your refined materials, name tags, armor, everything like that. We're going to be keeping the shape and the structure of the buildings relatively the same, but just improving upon them, hopefully, to make them look a little bit more interesting, but without making them look totally different. I don't want to make them look totally different. But obviously, I think the first change that you should do with any blacksmith is putting an actual anvil down. Why these don't have actual anvils, I don't know, but just doing that makes the whole thing 100% better straight away. Let's work on the aesthetics of the building first. What we're going to do is we're going to get some stone bricks, not the monster egg ones, normal stone bricks, and you're going to put down the foundation all the way around. So change up any of these bottom blocks to stone bricks. I have built this before in a test world to see what it would look like, and I'm going to do my best to try and remember everything that I done. I might forget some stuff, and yeah, that should be about good. Then what we're going to do is we're going to remove these stairs, and I'm going to move them back into here, so that way they stay off this path. This is the new path block as well. I don't know if I like this block in the villages. I know they added it quite a while ago on PC. I don't think they might be on console now as well. I think I prefer how it looked as with gravel though before. Okay, once we've got that, we can add some fences down here because that's just wasted space. And here, I want to make it look a little bit more homely. Then we want to grab the stairs to go up above here. I want to put that one in, that one, and that one. And the same down the side here. These will change a little bit later on. And then I think I'm going to change these as well to stairs. We're keeping the same shape. We're keeping the same color palette. I'm just improving it. I'm just adding a little bit more detail to it. And I don't think I want to wrap it around the side there. I think I like that being solid. Again, a lot of this will change. Here comes the more technical part of this build. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be moving this lava out by one block. So I'm going to get some lava. And I'm going to instead put the lava on these two instead of the back two. And I'm going to put these two furnaces that were here behind the lava. So we're going to place it like that. Now you can still access these furnaces from behind the lava, but it just makes it a little bit more stealthy, I think. A little bit more subtle, and I like how that looks. We'll put that there for the moment as well. We'll dress this up again in just a second. I'll put those three there for the moment, and that there. Try and keep things looking relatively normal. But although we now have these furnaces hidden away, there's nothing really clever about it yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to make these furnaces into some sort of an automatic smelting. For that we're going to need hoppers. So I'm going to grab a few hoppers here. And we're going to have to bust through the back. And this is why we ended up moving the lava forward by one block. Because I'm going to bust through the back here, where our furnaces are. And we're going to place two hoppers. One on this one and one on that one. And we're going to grab some chests to go on top of these hoppers. That's not a chest. One there and one there. Take these blocks out. And we're going to end up putting stone stairs. Okay. Now you're going to put full blocks here and here. here, over the top, here, here, a stair, and then like, I don't know, 3 blocks up to the top there. And that's going to be our little chimney. On this final spot here, we're going to put a stair upside down like this. Now you can't see the chest at all until you're at the back, and this is just so we can open it up. This is just a little hole so we can access this chest, and this is where you're going to put all of your coal in. If I put this in here, we can put the coal in there, and the coal is filtering out and getting put into both of these furnaces in the correct in the correct spot. So we should end up with 32 in each, I think, if it splits them up perfectly. Looks like it did. Okay, so we've got 32, and that's how you're going to fill up the coal. The reason why we can't fill it up from the front is because we're now going to put 2 hoppers on top of these furnaces. Now, unfortunately, we can't actually access this chest anymore because the hitbox for hoppers take up the entire block. Like if I click here to access the chest, I end up going into the hopper. I don't end up going into the chest, which is why we have this hole around the back. Just a little subtle hole. It doesn't stand out that much. I think it's quite sneaky, quite a clever way to do it. Now the reason why we have these hoppers here is because we now need to dig in from the top, and we need to put again 2 chests up here. Now I cannot put full blocks here. If I put full blocks there, I can no longer open up that chest because it doesn't allow you because of the full blocks. So to get around that, we're going to get 2 slabs, cobblestone slabs, to match with the texture at the top here. And we're just going to put the 2 slabs on the top half. It keeps the building looking exactly the same. But now, if I came in the side here, I can now open up this chest. Obviously, we don't want to access the chest from the side, though. We want to access it from the front. So we're going to remove these 2 blocks and these 2 blocks and swap these around to be 2 stairs. I'm going to stand in the lava. If you're doing this in survival, I would recommend not placing the lava down quite yet. Alright, so now I can access this chest up here in order to get to our ore deposit chest. So if I go grab a load of ores, let's say we've got some gold. I'll grab a few gold. We'll grab some iron. We'll grab a few iron. Let's say we had some... What else can smelt? Gold, iron, and wood. I mean, why not? Let's say we were making some charcoal. Alright, and I come home from a day of mining, and instead of having to put them individually in each furnace, I just dump everything off in here, and it all gets filtered through and automatically starts smelting for us. Great, nice and simple, nothing too complicated in this series, just something quite smart. Or we could add a couple of slabs here if we wanted to as well. If you wanted to maybe reduce the gap a little bit, we could do something like that. Then you can just see half the chest. You can still open it, you can still access it. I think it's a pretty smart way to do it. We can't really hide up these hoppers in any real way. The only thing that I could suggest is putting lava as a waterfall and then clicking through it. It might be a little bit more awkward, but if we done something like that, let the lava fall down, it looks pretty cool. And then to access the chests, you just click up here and you get into the chest, and yeah, that's all you need to do. You don't need to do anything else. That way, it does hide up all of the hoppers, all of the chests. You can't see it. It won't set the chests on fire either. You do have to be careful with these blocks here, as far as fire is concerned. I did try in my test world, I think these 3 blocks being wood, and it set fire to the whole place. So be careful about that. Now we have the problem of getting our ores back. How do we access them? Sure, I can click here in order to, get the items out, but it's not really that great, is it? And it's preventing this iron from smelting. Well, what we're going to do now is come inside. What do we get in the blacksmith chest, by the way? Some iron armor. You know, that would be quite a good start. I'd be happy with a couple of pieces of armor. And we're going to dig down here. And we're going to dig through, and we should end up underneath our furnaces. Now, this isn't that easy to do, but we're going to do a little tiny hopper line going to it. In Survivor, it's going to be a little bit harder. But we're going to place 2 chests, like this and like this. I can get out here. Good. I should face them the other way, otherwise everybody's going to be mad at me. And this is the chest that's now going to collect up all of our processed ore. So we're going to get 3 hoppers now, and click here. there, and there. And now all of our... Why did that light up? Was that just a lighting update? I think it was just a lighting update. All of our ores now are getting sucked out of the furnaces and are getting put into this chest. So now the iron should be smelting, and once that's smelted, it'll end up in this chest here. Great. Perfect, right? Well, oops. We can now hide up that. I might actually put stairs in there. I'll just grab some stairs from out here. It's quicker than getting it from the inventory. And tidy that up. Okay, so I can now access this chest from down here. And for more storage space, we can just put chests on top of each other. I can't access this top one. We have to do the same thing as what we done up here. And swap those out for slabs. Oops. Like that. And now we can access this top one. Now, what do I recommend putting in these chests? Well, I recommend putting name tags in the top one. I like to always do my stuff like this. I like to do a line and then a full stack. That's how I like to organize my stuff when I'm in survival. So, oops. So we have name tags in this one, and I would also put anything else that you might want to combine on an anvil, such as already enchanted books. Not empty books, but already enchanted books. So I'll grab just a few of these for an example, and I'll put these in here to put onto armor. What would I put in the second chest? Well, in the second chest, I would put armor. We'll click on the armor tab here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I would just end up putting any armor that I want in here. Again, unenchanted armor or armor that needs repairing, stuff like that, will have an enchanting room later on. But yeah, I'll put armor in the second one. And then in the third one, I would have my nicely organized ores. So, ingots. 1, 2. And what else? Diamonds. This is where I would store my diamonds. I would store my redstone and stuff like that. And I would have these all in here nice and neatly. And there. Okay, so then I can just move everything out of here. Once I've got it all organized, once it's all smelted, I can then organize it nicely into my ore chests. Excellent. So there's the functionality of our blacksmith. I think it's a big improvement already, but now it's just time to finish dressing it up a little bit, making it look a little bit more interesting. Nothing has been set on fire yet, which is great. What a good start. Right, on the inside, let's work on the inside before we finish off the outside. Don't need these tables and chairs here now, that's just wasted space. I don't like the ceiling either. I'm going to swap these up to nice smooth slabs. We can use our smelter to smelt up the cobblestone into smooth stone in order to make these slabs. It just makes it look a little bit better. We can still access this top chest as well. Then what we're going to do is, it depends on how far through your survival that you are. If you're just beginning off, then you're going to want to use torches for lighting on the inside here. But as you can see, it does get in the way of the walls and stuff. So what I would recommend is getting into the nether as soon as possible and just getting a few glowstones. It's a small room, so you don't need that many. I'm going to put down some glowstone here, and that would light up the entire room. It looks ugly. How do we finish that off with? Well, we're going to grab some carpets. I'm going to grab some grey and some black. I'm going to put black here. I'm going to put black here. And I'm going to put grey in the middle. It makes a nice rug. It finishes off the floor of the room and hides up the lighting in a really nice and simple way. We've got a little bit of space on this wall here. Nice and easy to fix that. We're going to grab some armor stands. 3 armor stands. 1, 2, 3. And then you can put some armor on them. Maybe your favorite set of armor, or an armor that you use for a particular water breathing and stuff like that. I always have a set of water breathing stuff, or wither fighting stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sort of. I got the numbers nearly right. There we go. And it just dresses up that inside quite nicely, I think. There's nothing more that I can really think that you would need in a blacksmith area. Obviously, we've got the anvil. We've got the smelting ability. What else would you need? Nothing that I can really think of. More storage will be in a storage building. Enchanting will be an enchanting building. Potions will have a potion building, etc., etc. But I think that's pretty good for a nice simple interior. Maybe an ender chest? Having an ender chest. Oh yeah, and crafting table. 100% crafting table. I always have as many crafting tables in a base as I possibly can, because you're never close enough to one. And I'm going to put that in the floor there. It's just a neat way I can grab stuff out of the chest. Boom. Go into my thing. And bang. We make ourselves some legs. It's just nice and easy to access. And a chest next to it if we had some stuff that we wanted to get out. Yeah. Perfect. So that's the interior. There's a little bit of wasted space here. You could put some item frames on with some weapons that you want to repair or something like that. But yeah. Okay. Outside now we've just got some stuff to finish off with. Nice and simple. On the side here, we're going to grab some trapdoors. And we're going to grab some wooden stairs. You might notice that most of this is just changing full blocks to stairs. It's just a really neat way of adding depth to a building and shadow without creating too much work for yourself. So that's how we're going to do the side. We're going to do the same on these ones. Above and below any window, we just swap the full blocks to stairs. It doesn't affect the look of the interior at all either, which is great. And put those there. We're then going to grab either some grass or podzol, depending on what's near you, what biomes you've got, or maybe you can go exploring for some. And we're going to place trapdoors around these and put in some nice shrubbery. Grab yourself some shears, if you're in survival. And I'm going to stick with green and white flowers because I think they look the best. And the same down here. Like that. And again, I'm going to just swap out one for a tulip and this one for long grass. Oops. Oh, I put that in my offhand. I always forget you can do that. It wrecks me because I never really know how to get it off. There we go. I never use it enough in survival, the second-hand thing. All right, wonderful. Buttons is the next one. We're going to grab some wooden buttons to put on the corners of anything that's logged. And the reason why we're doing this is we're making it look like dowels, like the building's held together with dowels. And I think there's 3, yeah, here. So 3 pillars, you can only place them on the sides, so you can't place them on the edges because obviously we've got the stair there. Anything else? This wall looks a little bit blank. Is there anything that we can do with that? Maybe... Let's just see what this looks like. I didn't do this in my test world, but maybe something like that. I don't like that bottom one. What if we flip that over? You can do some sort of arrangement of stairs and stuff like that. Maybe full blocks. Yeah, like that. Okay, I like that. Is there anything large wood areas that we can do that more with? Nope. At this chimney zone, I'm going to remove those 2 stairs and replace those with full blocks. And then we're going to rotate this stair around like this. And the same on this side. I could put those all the way across now. Yeah, I think that looks okay. And I think we're about there. I think we're about finished with it. If you could get hold of any of the chiseled blocks, I would get some of these stone ones and place them here and here. Maybe below as well. The pillars. And I think we're good. What we've done is we have now got our default vanilla style blacksmith. We've dressed it up aesthetically to look a little bit more interesting, but keeping the shape of the blacksmith. You know, if you saw this from a distance away, you'd still know that it was a village blacksmith, but just made it look a little bit more interesting once you get closer. And we've added a bunch of actual utility to it. We can actually use this now as a building. It's very easy to access everything. A door would be very important. I like this door, the dark oak door for the blacksmith. I think it's the best door to use in a blacksmith here. And you know, a torch on the outside wouldn't go amiss. Boom, as a little entrance torch. Wonderful. A final touch. We're going to grab ourselves a fence. We're going to be doing this on all of the buildings. And we're going to grab ourselves some dark oak planks. And we're going to grab ourselves a sign. And just off any side, it depends on your village layout, this does. But I'm going to do it off this one right here. You're going to place a fence, then a full block. And we're going to place down a sign. And we're going to write Blacksmith. Blacksmith. And blacksmith. Like that. Now, depending on your layout, if you've got a building right next to it, close to the blacksmith by, how it's spawned, then don't worry, don't put the sign here. You can put the sign facing in front, maybe, if there's not a church in front of it, or off this side. There's so many different sides that you can have, but it just makes it look really cool when you're, like, from a distance away. Like, let's say I'm farming over here. We can see the sign. You can see it says blacksmith, and I think it just makes it a little bit more towny, a little bit more homely, don't you think? Alright, I think, apart from some customizable, up to you style changes, we're pretty much done. Obviously, you can change certain blocks that you don't like to suit your building style a little bit more. You can even change out the wood to clay if you wanted to. We'll be experimenting with that on other buildings in future episodes by changing up the stone to clay and stuff like that. If you don't like the style in future episodes, then you don't have to do that. I'm just going to try and give as many different options for as many different players as I possibly can. Another spot for this anvil would be there as well if you didn't like it there, but I like it there. If you guys enjoyed it, then hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. Let me know what you think of this series. If you enjoy it, then we'll carry on. I want to hopefully at some point end up with each building or each different style building having its own function. So we've got the T-shaped building. We've got the building that has the little garden at the back. What is it? The shop, I think people call it most of the time, because it's got like a counter on the inside. We've got the library building, which is like a little square one. We've got the well that I want to dress up. I want to dress up both types of farms. There's two different types. There's a single farm that I call them, and double farms. You get ones that are on their own and ones that are doubled together. We've got the church, obviously, and then we've got, is it two different types of houses? We've got the one with the logs on the top and the one with the fences on the top. I think that's all the different types of buildings that you get in a village. I might be wrong. But yeah, garden one, non-garden one, and library. I think that's all of them. Should see you guys in the next episode.